Hello, welcome to this episode of the Great Wendi Way, where I will be bringing you this week's biggest Broadway news. The biggest piece of information we got this week is that Idina Menzel is finally returning to Broadway. She will be starring in the new Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey musical, If Then, and this is her first time to come back to Broadway in over 10 years. Her last time on the Great Wendi Way was portraying Elphaba in Wicked, and she played the role in the West End. She had some appearances on Glee. She also had a national concert tour, but she hasn't come back to Broadway until now, so this is very exciting news. The show is a romantic musical about a girl in Manhattan and how every choice she makes affects something else in her future, which is a very interesting concept for a musical. Of course, Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkey are the geniuses behind Next to Normal, so if the music and lyrics are anything like that, you can expect this to be a huge hit. It has a Washington, D.C. tryout scheduled for November and will be moving to Broadway March of 2014. Between this and the Les Mis revival of 2014, I am already so excited for next year's season, and this year's season isn't even complete yet. So we have a lot to look forward to in the Broadway world. The magical musical Cinderella, starring Santino Fontana, as well as the lovely Laura Osnes, officially opened on Broadway Sunday, March 3rd. Now from previews alone, I've heard spectacular things about this show. It deviates from the original Rodgers and Hammerstein production just a little bit, with some added scenes, a few extra songs, and a little bit different storyline, but overall I've heard this is a wonderful show that I cannot wait to see. Mary Poppins, which has played over 2,600 performances over 6 years at the New Amsterdam Theater, finally closed on Sunday, March 3rd. Now this musical, like Cinderella, also deviated from the story that we already know. There was a little bit of a different plot, a few added scenes, some different songs. I saw the national tour expecting to see, the Julie Andrews movie put on stage, and that's not really what it was. But clearly everybody else disagrees with me because this had a very long and successful run. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, the critically acclaimed play, also closed on Sunday, March 3rd. Now this show was limited engagement only, and I never saw it, but my sister did, and she loved it. She said the acting was phenomenal, the set was insane, and critics seem to agree with her because I haven't heard a bad thing about this show. So I'm very excited to see the love that it gets come Tony Awards time. A new musical, Kinky Boots, began Broadway previews Sunday, March 3rd as well. Now this is based on the 2005 movie and has music and lyrics by Cyndi Lauper. The story revolves around a man who inherits his father's shoe factory, and with the help of Lola, an entertainer in need of stilettos, the two work together to make the factory a success. Now I am not at all familiar with the storyline or the music. This is definitely something I'm going to research more, but from what I've been reading on the internet, fans are very excited about this show. It stars Tony nominee Stark Stans, who starred in American Idiot, as well as Broadway favorites Selena Carvajal and Annalay Ashford. The official opening is scheduled for April 4th at the Al Hirschfeld Theater. Once is officially going on tour. It was announced this week that a North American tour will begin October in Providence. So everyone that's been dying to see this Tony Award-winning musical finally has the opportunity. Sierra Boggess ended her role as Christine Daae on Broadway on Saturday, March 2nd. Now Sierra had played the role in Vegas, in London's West End, as well as originating the role in the Phantom sequel of Love Never Dies. So it's safe to say she has completely embodied this character and knows it well. And I would have loved to see her portray this role because I've heard she was fantastic. She was scheduled to play the role for a limited engagement to help celebrate Phantom's 25th anniversary on Broadway. She was last seen on Broadway playing Ariel in the Disney musical The Little Mermaid. And Matilda opens at the Schubert Theater on Monday, March 4th. This musical is based on the Roald Dahl book of the same name and the movie about a young girl with extraordinary powers. And it's coming from London's West End, where it had rave reviews. It won a lot of Olivier Awards. People just fell in love with the musical. Everything from the acting to the incredible set to the amazing special effects to the wonderful book and music and score. I have not heard one bad thing about this musical, and it's definitely on my bucket list to see the next time I'm in New York City. Opening night is scheduled for April 11th. Thanks so much for watching. As you can see, there's a lot of exciting shows coming to Broadway, so it's great to see how this season is going to shape up. If you have a show you're really excited for this season, leave it in the comments. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time.